Today, the Minnesota DNR talked about the problems invasive carp are causing in waterways. They're trying to do more to address it. Here's a look.
Invasive carp are very tenacious fish. They move. They can move long distances in a short amount of time. And so we've seen invasive carp moving into Minnesota from downstream at higher densities, which we are in an area considered to be low density. But at higher densities, invasive carp can cause problems with native fish where they are competing with native fish for food. Big-headed silver carp filter feed plankton from the water, which serves as the base of the food chain. And that can cause some problems for sport fish further up the food chain in those locations where there's high densities of invasive carp. Silver carp are also capable of jumping out of the water up to 10 feet. So there are concerns about public safety with silver carp jumping from the water. I'd say also we have somewhat shifted a focus from early detection and monitoring that the early plan was mostly focused on to response and monitoring and other actions that support response to invasive carp in the state. There's much more of an emphasis on contracted commercial fishing, tagging and tracking, like Heidi mentioned, to support that effort, as well as these new technologies that have come online. So I think we've shifted kind of the monitoring components to be more focused on response.
Yeah, the state of Minnesota, Grace Lopnow is our invasive fish coordinator and is part of national and binational efforts to reduce the impacts of invasive carp in the United States. And so we actually have a voice on many of those groups, panels, coordinating groups. And so in those venues, we would provide both our opinion and support for a permanent installation of a barrier at Lock and Dam 19, and also our technical expertise. And we are talking about invasive carp, which are slightly different. They are both invasive, so it gets very confusing. This plan does not deal with those common carp for the state. It really is focused on the invasive carp. We don't have any invasive carp in any inland water bodies like lakes in the state of Minnesota right now.